Good morning everyone, and welcome back to Craft Eccentricity. And it's Friday. Yes it is, it's the weekend, and I have a personal haul. Well, I went shopping with Piggy because you know I like shopping with Piggy, and I've also been shopping with Piggy again. I'm not kidding you, some of his stuff is like 90 cents and 80 cents a piece, so the sale is still on until the 19th, so make sure you check it out. Right, I've only done one make and a couple of little paper cuts, but I will come back on Monday and show you something with all of this. But in there is a little deer. He's got a little scarf and a layering piece, and I cut a couple of them out. This is the only thing that I've managed to do because I was at the doctor yesterday, so. And I hope that you can see those. I just cut them out in some scraps of paper that I had, and I got a little stripy silhouette bit there, but I did make something, so let me share that. Ooh, I got all carried away. Yeah, let's get in close. Oh, is that my sweet spot? Probably. So I got all starry, and I cut my little deers out, and I little golden scarves, and laid it up. Look at all my frosty bits. I just don't think that's showing up right. Either that or my eyesight's going blurred again. That's not always a bad thing, I can tell you now. But I do like to find where my sweet spot is on my camera. But anyway, I've got sparkly bits on there, and I cut it in shades which are, you know, just a bit stronger than pastel. I really like that. So that is my little deer. But from another store, that's where I got my Memdex, and that's this one. So you get a Memdex, you get a layering Memdex piece, which is what the grid paper is cut from, and then you get all these great edges. I use the starry one, but you've got bubbles, you've got a paper clip, and I'm trying to think what else is in there. Oh yeah, those little embossed stars, so it's like no edges and dots. Just love that. So I got myself that, but that was from a different seller. So that one's Piggy, and that's what I made with that. So I'll move that out of the way and get stuck in. And this says Christmas something or other, and I'm gonna make it for Monday, because when you stack the words up and put the star on top, it builds a tree. And that's from Piggy's store. If I flip it over, I don't know whether I can read it. No, I'm not. But I know it says things like Christmas joy and peace and love or something. Yeah, it's love. But when you stack them, it builds a Christmas tree, and then you put your star on top. So I will do that one for Monday. Right. Yep, me being organised. And then I got myself into stamp mode. And I'm just going through my little stack here, because you know I like my stamps and my film strips and whatnot. And I'm just making sure that I've got all of the ones that I bought. Right, so the first one I bought was the blank stamps, and they've got the little loop on the top. So that's the first one. And then I got this one, which comes with a blank with a loop, or you can just use it like that, and that says post. So that's a little mailbox. So that's that stamp. And then I had to have this one because it can be used all year round. So we've got a stamp that's got a little Valentine letter with a little heart on it. And of course, they can be layered up. They're all exactly the same size. So you can layer, it doesn't matter which set you buy, they're all the same size, and you can just layer them up if you want to. And then I had to get one with a bow. I think that one's really sweet. And then I got one that's got a Christmas present sack, a Santa sack. Really love that. And as you can see, they're kind of like cut out, which means you need a solid base. So I would suggest, if you like stamps, getting that one so that you can layer that one up onto there. Or you can layer it up onto there if you want to hang it. So those are those stamps. And then my last but not least is a frame for the stamps that will go onto these, and then this cuts out a solid stamp, and that one I can tell you, it says ho ho ho. I just think that's great. So you can't really tell from the front or back. I've got to cut it out. So with that one, you get the ho ho ho, which you layer onto the solid, and then you can cut a frame and lay it on top of the ho ho ho. But that frame will also fit all of these if you want to have a frame as well. So I did treat myself to all those, and I think there's lots of other stamps as well, which I haven't got yet, but I'm working on it because I'm going off shopping again in a bit. Right, the next thing I got was cute little things. So I've got this. You can use this as a belly band or as a label, and it's a gingerbread, and I just love it on the oval. So if you have a close look at the die, you can see it doesn't cut out all over, so you can thread your ribbon or twine and just have that on a card with your ribbon bow going around if you want to, or you can just hang it from a taggy bag. Yeah, I love that. It's really cute. More gingerbread. And this little gingerbread comes with 2 layering pieces to look like it's got lots of frosting. So you cut your gingerbread, then you cut a paler colour frosting, and then you put it back onto a gingerbread colour. But what I like about this is you've got your gingerbread, but these two, they're such a sweet size, and these will fit your Peachy Keen face stamps. So if you've got your little Peachy Keen stamps, you can make a lot of really cute sized gingerbreads. So that's why I got that one. And then I got myself a layering candy cookie again. So you cut your cookie, you cut your frosting colour, and then you put your layering colour. So these are actually, you know, you have to think of them like cookies. So you're going cookie to frosting to cookie, and then you're going cookie to frosting to cookie. Or that could be frosting and different frosting and cookie. Yeah. I bet you can't wait for Monday. And then next up, I've got a little set of Christmas balls which will layer on top of each other in whichever configuration you want. You've got a solid, you've got a frame, you've got a little angel, you've got little embossing snowballs, you've got a regular Christmas ball, and then you've got a pattern. But aren't they cute? I love those. And then I got myself a branch, because you never know when you need one, do you? That's great for me for Halloween or for spring, for putting different types of leaves on. But these funny looking pieces here are the frosty icicles that hang down from the branch. So to me, that's just all season. So I really like that. Next up, more gingerbreads. So we've got the girly and the boy gingerbread with their clothes. We've got a rolling pin and a frosting bag. We've got a nice little frosting drip to go on the head, and we've got a bow. We've got another frosting drip for a head, and then these bits are like, that's a Christmas tree, as you can see, that's been piped out. And you're supposed to have all your frosting bits coming out of the end of your frosting bag, and there's also a little chef hat. But they're just really, really cute. And we're at gingerbread again. This is a cute little bag topper. So if I turn it that way around, you can see it better. So you've got tiny little gingerbread there. Oh, I'm just trying to get a good picture for you. And you've got the gingerbread house. And then these will cut out gingerbreads. Isn't that cute? I love that. Such a sweet size. If you wanted to make a bookmark, you could actually, you know, do a bookmark so that you've got a tag that you can put a tassel on, and just thread your tassel through there and have it hanging, coming out of your Christmas book or something, or your recipe book. I do love that. It's really sweet. And then sweet bag topper again. This time is snowberries. I'm going to call them snowberries. So you've got these like berries or Christmas baubles that are coming off of branches. So that, I guess they could be either. They could be Christmas baubles or berries. It's entirely up to you. So that's that little bag topper. And then I've got these bow swags. I love these. So you can just totally decorate a card and just have your swags crisscrossing. Really pretty. Love that. And this also cuts out little holes. I think it does. I don't think it embosses them. No, I'm pretty sure it will cut a hole out. So we've got these swags, but if I can dig for it, bought myself some little icons, and I'm hoping I got them on the table. Yeah, there they are. So you could have your bow swag. Can you see these? You got the little holes again. These layer up. So that's your one with the loop, and then that's the apple that you would lay on top. And it's like that throughout the set. Like that's the layering piece for that. That one goes on top of there, and so on and so forth. But they've got little holes in them, so you could hang all your little elements from that little bow swag if you wanted to. But these are just so cute, and they're going to make fabulous tiny little paper clips because they're just a perfect size for gluing on top of a regular office paper clip. And you can see how many you get in there. There's a lot there, and I'm not even going to count. But with your bow swags you get 5. So I just think they're really lovely. And of course bows, you can use them for birthday too. Right, next up, this is absolutely darling, and I couldn't even remember if I got this one or if I got the larger one. I might have the larger one actually, but this is just a little wreath and a little bow, and I thought that this would look sweet, and I don't even know if it fits. So I've got one of my little scrappy deers that I made, and my idea was I was going to get this wreath, yeah, and hang it around my little deer's neck and put the bow on it, and I just thought that would look really cute. So I really like that, and it's going to work, so I'm very happy. So I'm going to pop that in there before I lose it. But of course, if you've got any little doors or windows that need a little wreath, you know, it's a perfect size. And I think that was maybe 60 or 70 cents for that one. So that's really cute. And then I got myself a set of frames. Not that I don't have enough frames, but I don't have any frames that are that shape. So that's a great lozenge shape. That's what I'm going to call it. Love it. It's almost like a pill, isn't it? A giant pill. Yeah, there's an idea. You could actually cut one in half to 2 different colours, couldn't you? And get well soon. Yeah, there's a thought. Or otherwise you could just make pretty things with them. And I will actually measure these because they're a great size. And I think these were these were either $2.95 or $3.25. They're just shy, look, of 7 inches. And then we are at 3 3/4. So you could actually make that and fold it in half, or it could be a pocket chopped in half. So I just really love that shape. And then I got belly box gift bag bands. So you do your sentiment or whatever it is you want to do, you thread your twine through, and then you just wrap them around. So that one can go on a card because of its size. I will measure the other one. This one, full width with its loops, is 5 5/8 of an inch, and then the smaller one is 3 3/4. So just perfect for printing out a sentiment, cut it out, and then thread your twine and wrap it around your card. Or you can use it for your journal cover. You know, if you've got some really good quality cardstock or faux vinyl and you cut them, then that's going to make a really nice belly band to hold your journal closed. So I really love those. Oh, I've got another bag topper. This time is candies and candy canes. So they partially cut out. And then opposite design again. I just love these. Next up, and I have some page edge tabs. So those are different shapes and sizes. Really like those. It's great to be able to just stamp a little icon or glue a little icon on and just have it hanging off the edge of a tag, a pocket or a page. So I really love those. And then I got myself a car, yeah, with a tree, and it's got a gift, and the bow I believe goes on the gift. Now you've got all your wheel arches and everything, and that embosses and cuts, and I'm feeling the emboss and the cut. I will come back and make this just to make sure, but I think it will. I'm just running my finger. You can tell, you know, from experience, once you've handled a lot of dies, if they're going to cut properly. Now there is one element here which says Danke, which is German, and I don't need that, so I'm just going to pop that out of the way. And all I do is just run my finger over the top. I actually close my eyes when I'm doing this because I want to feel the cut to the emboss. So I believe that is going to cut and emboss. And I'll tell you what I can do. I'm just going to pop these pieces off and pop them down. And I'm going to go and run the car through really quick. And then I'm going to come right back. Okay, so I had a scrap of gold by my machine. So that's the wheel arch. I mean, obviously I'm going to come up and cut this in what I would consider a more appropriate colour. But you can see that it cuts and it embosses. Oh, I just love the wackiness of that. Look at that. So you got you line that up, you got your wheel arches, you got your little mud bit going on at the back. Obviously I didn't cut the tree out. The tree is going to cut out, and so is the package, because there's no embossed details onto that. But I'm so happy that cut out because I just love it. I'm going to make my husband's Christmas card with that one. So I'm going to pop these back into here so I don't lose them, and I will quickly measure that car. And I know that I don't really need this but I'll just pop it in there. Let's get my ruler and measure the car. Right, I'm going all the way to the headlight, to the back, and it is 3 7/8. It's just a fraction under 4 inches, but I just think that's fabulous. And of course you can cut one, you can see you've got those lovely deep lines so that you can cut them out and you can lay them up if you want to do other different pieces and piece them together. Entirely up to you, but I love that. I just think it's so quirky. So it works, that's what matters. Right, next up, and I've got sweet little birdies, and I've got some bird houses, and I just love those. They just need a little touch of watercolour onto you know, plain white background, maybe another little splash of watercolour behind, but just really simple to make things like that, and great for a garden journal. Next up, and I've got bow houses. I like these bow houses, yes. So we've got bows at the top and we've got a smaller one. These are going to be great for, you know, cutting out in pattern paper down at the base there. Just love those. These are tags, so really love those. And if anyone's interested in the size, I'll do a quick measurement with the ruler the right way around, and we're at 2 1/8 on the largest one and 3 1/4 tall. So really love that. And these are huge, but I can't help myself. I do love my weird and wacky ducks and gooses. Yeah, I do. And I haven't got a clue what that is. I'm wondering if it's like a little party hat or something. I know that that's a scarf. And we've got layering feet, so you can layer the feet up in yellow after you've cut them in white. It looks a bit like a party hat to me. And then we've got a bucket. And that one, it looks like he's on his tippy toes trying to get something. You know, we have to cut the bucket out for it. Oh, I love that. That just makes me smile. And the size is large. Yeah. Things like this, great for Christmas. You know, you've got the Christmas goose. And that is 4 3/4. And I think that one's the tallest one. If I do this one, yeah, that one's 4 1/2, and then this one, depending on how you stand it up, I'm going to say 3 1/4 to 3 1/2. But I love those. They're just so sweet. You can have your bucket, you know, filled with water, and you can have a little splash of watercolour and your little ducks sitting in it at springtime and things like that. Really love that one. And then I've got this one, which contains 32 pieces. Yeah, these are page edge tabs and numbers, so it numbers all the way to 31. Yeah, it's all right. One of them drops off at the top there, that's hiding there, number 23 I think, or 32. And you've also got a heart and a star, which is awesome. Look at that, isn't that fabulous? You know, once again, for your pockets and your journals. Just love that. Or even if you want a number, you know, craft items on your shelf or something, and you need to know what's in folder number 1 or something, you can just pop a little tab on. But you know, I'm loving the little heart and the star that comes with this set. Love that. And I will be cutting out a few of those. Maybe I'll cut out number 25 for Christmas. Yeah, maybe. Right, next up we have trees. So I've got 3 little trees there. Great for doing silhouettes or what have you, or just for cutting out and then popping something behind. I just love those. And then I got myself a starry circle. So I do love things like this. They're really lovely and delicate when cut out. And then you've got extra sprigs to add to it. So that's just really sweet. And the circular width of that, going from its largest parts, I'm going to say, looking at there, so I'm scrolling all the way down just to make sure, I'm going to say just over 3.5 inches, and then almost 4 inches in that direction, so let's call that 4 inches. And then I've got my little cake pop picks. So I've got the gingerbread man, I've got a tree, I've got the gingerbread house, and then I've got the cookie laying pieces that pop on behind them. Isn't that great? Love that. Oh yes, I do. And then I've got my other cake pops, and I've got the heart, I've got the star, and I've got the candy. So the height of these, I think that set is taller than this set. Let's have a look. Yeah, by about 1/2 inch. Yeah, let's call it difference in size by 1/2 inch. Although that star one is probably 1 inch shorter than the gingerbread one, but that doesn't bother me. So I'll measure the tallest one and the shortest one. Right, the tallest one being, I believe, the gingerbread, and 4 1/8, and then the smaller one here, I'll go with the star. And we are at 3 3/8, which is just under 3.5 inches. So that is what I have for you today. Yep, I thoroughly enjoyed that, and I thoroughly enjoyed making this because it just made me happy. Putting on all that lovely glitter that I got from AliExpress, and it just goes on so pretty. Yeah, I absolutely love it. Right, I thank you so much for joining me today. I do hope you have an absolutely awesome weekend, and I'll be up with something, including this one, that has to be explained, on Monday. Bye.